Yo, what's going on, YouTube, and welcome back to Goal Line Hockey. It's your boy Kevin Forte, and today we have to take a look. We're heading to Seattle. The Seattle Kraken have not had the really nice start that the Vegas Golden Knights had. I know they're always going to be compared to the Golden Knights, but we have some news about their captain. So their captain, defenseman, Mark Giordano, may not be with the Kraken much longer, as there have been some reports that we may see a trade here in the next couple of weeks, potentially before the trade deadline, of Mark Giordano. So we'll be talking about that today. So this is from Elliot Friedman. It's unlikely that Mark Giordano will remain with the Kraken past the trade deadline, and that's really sad for the Seattle Kraken fans out there. I think as a leader, he's a great guy to have in the room. So this would be kind of a big loss for them, and he's a guy that's fit in there very nicely. So it would definitely be rough seeing him out. Now the thing is, he is 38 years old. You wonder how many more kicks at the can is this guy really going to have? And through 27 games this season, he has 4 goals, 7 assists, 11 points. But he is a minus 13, and that is one of the stats you're like, not so good. Now, at this point, Mark Giordano is probably thinking, yeah, I want to go for the 1,000-game mark. He is currently at 976 games played. Mark Giordano, at this point, as long as he stays healthy the rest of the year, will get to that 1,000-game milestone. So this could be it for Mark Giordano in the NHL, and it would make sense for the Kraken, to maybe get some value for him. Now, you look at the Kraken in the standings in the NHL. It doesn't look too good. They're the fourth last in the NHL standings with 24 points. They're 10, 19, and 4. So them making the playoffs is kind of a pipe dream at this point. They're currently, right now, 14 points out of a playoff spot. So it's by the day it gets worse and worse here for the Oilers. That's who the Oilers. The Oilers are in the playoffs. The Kraken are 14 points away from the Oilers for that last playoff spot. So you look at what this guy has done. Mark Giordano spent 15 seasons as a member of the Calgary Flames, and pretty much for more than half of that, through 8 seasons, he was the captain of the Calgary Flames. It was a really rough, really a rough summer for the Calgary Flames last year, when Brad Treliving and the team had to let Mark Giordano go in the Seattle expansion in order to keep a guy like Dylan Dubé. That was a tough decision to make, but we have seen what a great player he is, what he's meant to that team in Calgary, what number 5 has done for that team, and what he's doing right now in his one and only year so far with the Seattle Kraken. He's the first captain in Seattle Kraken history here, which he obviously did in 2021. And one of the more interesting things about Mark Giordano too, at age 36 years old, he actually won the Norris Trophy for the best defenseman in the NHL. He won the Norris back in 2019, and that was probably his best NHL season. That's how good Mark Giordano was that season. So Mark Giordano, again, obviously he's a leader. He is the captain right now of Seattle, the first captain in Kraken history. He was the captain of the Calgary Flames. He's going to be a leader wherever he goes. I think there's going to be a lot of teams interested. I wouldn't be surprised if the Oilers took another swing at him, especially with how things have completely fallen off for them. The fact he's in the rumor mill, again, I wouldn't be surprised. He's going to be a lot cheaper than a guy like Jacob Chikrin or John Klingberg. I wouldn't be surprised if Mark Giordano finds a fit over in Edmonton. Another team I could see kind of looking at a guy like Mark Giordano is, I wonder if the Florida Panthers or the Tampa Bay Lightning, one of the Florida teams, takes a look at him just to add some depth to their lineup. I think that would be really interesting. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw another team like the Anaheim Ducks or the LA Kings, depending on where they sit, maybe a little closer to the trade deadline. I think a guy like Giordano could be a really nice addition, add some leadership to those young locker rooms over in California with the LA Kings and the Anaheim Ducks. So there are definitely a couple teams that I think Gio would fit really nicely with. So I can't really say for certain where he's going to go. But I'd like to say one of those California teams or Edmonton, I would put a pretty safe bet that he could end up there. Like I said, 15 seasons in the NHL, 8 years as the captain of the Flames, the first captain in Kraken history. This guy is a gamer and one of the best in the NHL, really in the past decade. So it's going to be interesting to see what the Kraken exactly get for him. Is he worth a first-round pick, like a later first-round pick? Is he worth a second-round pick? Like, what is the value going to be of Mark Giordano? That's what I'm more interested in with this sort of situation. And obviously, who wants him, right? So I think Edmonton could be the spot. If I had to put money on it, I would pick Edmonton. But we'll see what happens. So, guys, that is it for today's video. If you like what we're doing here at Goal Line Hockey, want to see the latest news around the NHL and more videos just like this one, you guys know what to do. Make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and an even bigger subscribe down below. Guys, as always, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you again next time.